Hey guys, welcome to our movie review for Longlegs, the horror film with Nicolas Cage.
I've been looking forward to this one.
And Micah Monroe, the girl that was in It Follows and They Follow, coming soon.
Ghost STDs.
Yeah. And directed and written by one person, Osgood Perkins. As you see here, we've got Patrick with us. Alex is on vacation. Thank you for joining us, Patrick.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
You brought me to a weird fucking movie.
Yes, I did.
Damn it.
I do this to Joe and Alex. I bring them to these. Now, let me warn everybody ahead of time that this is a A24 neon type film. Now, A24 is ones I usually go to. Neon is kind of like their competitors. So this has indie written all over it. Mm-hmm. This has slow burn written all over it. And as it turns out, that it does have that. We're gonna try our best to avoid spoilers. It's gonna be a really quick review.
Yes.
And then we'll talk because we don't want to ruin anything for you. Because part of the effect is experiencing it for yourself. Yeah. But we'll talk at length in the spoiler section about all the different plot points and things like that. But ultimately, I think that this film was effective up to a point. I think the boys like it less than I do because I always prepare myself for these types of films. Okay, I come from the world of A24 and neon. And me and Alex and Joe, a lot of people criticize us. Oh, we always have the same opinions. On these films, we don't. Because I like them, they don't.
Yeah, I went to this blind. I didn't look at the trailer.
You haven't even seen the trailer. So
I thought we were going to go see...
You didn't even know Nicolas Cage was in it.
Yeah, no. I thought we were going to go see, Fly Me to the Moon. Because that came out this week, too. So I was like, I think
What is that?
It's where they fake the moon landing or whatever.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like,
no, so we saw Longlegs, and this is... Okay, so I go to these films because I want a good story. I want to be immersed in something that I haven't seen before. I want to be surprised. I want to be curious, and I really want to immerse myself in the experience. Ultimately, I think this does that. But does it do it as effectively as others that I've enjoyed in the past, like Hereditary and these scary films from A24?
Not scary.
No, I don't think the scares are there. I do think it's an interesting watch. I think Nicolas Cage delivers. So if you're looking for a crazy Nicolas Cage performances, all the the tropey kind of stuff that he can do, it's awesome. There. It's not enough there. I was hoping for a little more, but it definitely leans far more into its star, Micah Monroe from It Follows, and people are going to be very divided on the film. People are going to say her performance is lazy, it's boring, she's not a great actress, but I almost think that the way she acts here is intentional, and it's kind of built in and baked into the story, and there's reasons for it, and good stuff like that. And I think that the other FBI agents put in a great performance. Blair Underwood as Agent Carter, Lee's superior officer.
Lee Carter.
Yeah, Lee. Oh, shit. I wonder if they did it. Carter. Go this way. I go this way. Rush hour. Anyways, he did a great performance. I thought he was a very good actor. And the cast is small. It's limited. It's creepy. Osgood Perkins, who both wrote and directed this one, he previously directed Hansel and Gretel, which was this movie that I see. Joe didn't like that one either. And we saw... Where did we see it? I have memories of seeing it in this old
Austin.
house.
Yeah, it was downtown Austin. One of those
haunted house looking things.
At a house?
I liked it. Joe didn't.
You just walked into someone's house?
I think it was a little disappointed. Yeah, with that one as well.
You did on Facebook Meetup?
Hey, you want to watch a movie? Okay.
Craigslist ad?
There is a definite atmosphere in the film that the film lays out. And I think that's somewhat effective. Let me see.
Without spoilers?
It's really hard. I think I was going in expecting a serial killer story.
Yeah.
And I think it's effective when it plays to those parts. But as it continues, it turns into something else. And without spoilers, again, I am like, so yeah, most films either try to do this or this, and most of the times films choose this. This film chooses this.
I hated it.
And yeah, so it's going to be divisive. It's going to, and people, I could totally understand when people say, hey, this is not my jam. This is pointless. I don't like it. This doesn't make sense. This is stupid. But me, who's always looking for interesting stories, good performances, stories that are at least fascinating to go through, I think
it was very intriguing.
It's intriguing, and it does just enough for me. However, I can see that it does have flaws. Yeah. What did you think? What did you guys think of the film?
I thought this is above average for me. I was enjoying it from the beginning. I was like, from the trailer, I thought this was going to be like, okay, this is well, we got to catch a crazy killer. That's what I was going in for. I love the performances by them. It makes sense. But again, this is a slow burn.
Joe, you hate slow burn.
It's not.
I wish I could change you, man. I want to change him.
It's like it's slow burn. I wanted to see more detective work.
Yeah,
it wasn't really. It wasn't there. It's just like a kind of by chance. And yes, we do get the payoff at the end.
Intentional.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. We get at the end, but like everything's like kind of building up. It's like I'm intrigued, but then the ending, everything is kind of explained. And I did not like that ending.
Okay.
And I was like, okay,
that's what Patrick was saying on the drive.
Yeah.
Patrick was like, look, I was liking it.
Dude, I was like, the whole movie I'm watching, I'm like, I was at an 8, almost the whole 8, and then we got to the explanation, and then I was just like,
and
I
this
felt
is
like
what happens with these movies.
I totally see this coming, and I'm so curious. So it's like, do I tell you guys to go out and see the film so that you can then give, you can land on one side, Patrick and Joe's side, or my side, or, is it just not enough, do you think? Do you think people should go out in theaters and see it?
I still had a good time.
All right.
I still had a good time.
I
had fun with the slow burn.
Nicolas Cage is our friend, man.
He did such a.
We hang out with him. We haven't hung out with him in a long, long time.
And his job in that
he does
movie
a great job.
Was awesome. I loved it. I liked the slow burn. It was exciting until the last bit.
Until the last bit. So y'all are both hating the ending. I can't wait to talk about the ending. But again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. It's one of those films, Joe, when we were driving home, Joe's like, man, another one where they don't explain everything and then everything is revealed at the end.
It's super quick.
And super quick. And then
it's just like, for me, it's like a roller coaster. It's going higher and higher. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And the drop comes, you're like, that's it? That's it?
I like
you just park.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
You go back.
I didn't get enjoyment out of it.
Right. No, I love Joe's analogy. So for me, Hereditary is this. You're going, and then there's an actual dip, and you're like, oh, man, it's cool. Because it's legitimately creepy.
I can't say what I'm going to say, but that's
this guy motherfucking doesn't. Do you like Hereditary?
It wasn't scary.
God damn it! It definitely is. It's creepy as fuck. Well, I guess we have to figure out the difference between scares and creeps. I guess
it wasn't creepy.
It was definitely creepy.
No,
all right, well, that's where we differ.
It would be something that's like leaves an impression on me. That did not.
But
I don't care.
Let me ask you in this way: if people land on your side, do you think that this was creepier than Hereditary, or Hereditary, which wasn't creepy enough for you, this was creepier than Longlegs?
Yeah, I'll explain it more on spoilers, but I wanted to see more detective work, more, I guess, of the
like a real
the scenes
like
and
a real
the
life
murder
situation.
and stuff like that. Yeah, like true crimes or something like that.
Oh, True Detective on HBO. I love that series, man. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I could totally see wanting more of that. Sure.
But again, that's my fault. I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, well, it's going to be like this, but it just goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think, and I think that's like an important part of a good thriller movie is like it has real life aspects that you can relate to, because then it makes it like more real and more suspenseful.
Disagree. There are definitely real life aspects in this.
There are.
Okay, so
there are. You're right.
All right. But anyway, so what? So what did you think, Patrick? And I actually we already know what you think.
Yeah.
But let's expand a little bit on it. What do you think of the performances and the general story?
I liked it.
Okay.
It was like y'all said, it was a slow burn, but it was like a great original story. And
I agree.
even after like the explanation, it still had some cool aspects, and I was like, okay,
Yes.
even
But don't you wish
It
it would have
does
been
make-
better though, right?
We
it had
did want it.
potential.
We did
It does
talk
have
about it as
really
we were driving
I
home.
know.
you
It
know.
does have it did have, it had a lot of potential.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much the limit that we can get to you.
Yeah.
It's one
Yeah.
of those
Being
that
very vague.
I think even Joe agrees it was interesting.
Yeah,
It was
for sure.
Yeah. It was
So,
Like, it
so
had
make your
me-
determination. Here's how you're going to do it. If you're a Blumhouse person, if you're a mainstream horror person, you probably won't like it. If you enjoy A24, if you enjoy Neon, if you enjoy more indie stuff where it's more about let me tell a story and you don't mind so much because it happens so often that the endings don't land quite right, but you did enjoy the journey, then I think that you're going to enjoy this. Or there's enough there that you'll be like, hey, I'm money well spent.
Worth it,
but maybe not exactly. I wish it was this way or this way or this way. And then you could talk with somebody else and figure out how you wanted it. But the potential, I think it was because it's Longlegs. The trailer was excellent. Nicolas Cage is in it. There's potential for the creeps, and so you wanted it to be much better than it was. Let's go to final verdicts.
I'm torn between your 6 or 7. You go
I
ahead.
I heard you say it was above
Yeah.
average.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I was at an 8 almost the whole movie,
Nice.
and I'm gonna be at a 6.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be at a 6.
That ending.
It really kind of blue balled me a little bit.
Okay.
I was like, oh man, because I was wanting
Okay, Joe.
Like
No
I said,
wishy-washy, be a man, do
I'm
the
like
right
at a
thing.
6 or 7.
Nope.
'Cause again, I
Nope.
watched this is like one of these you have to watch again. I tried to watch Hereditary again. I watched it again. I still was like, eh. I watched Witch again. I was like, eh.
No, I don't. The Witch is less than Hereditary for
Yeah,
me.
but it's like the same. It's the same thing.
Same slow burn
Yeah,
and then
slow
a
burn.
reveal at the end.
Yeah, and I was expecting something similar to the end of this one. Luckily, it wasn't there. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with the 6.
You
Yeah.
can say that. Joe's like in the car home. I was expecting a bunch of fucking naked people. I'm like, Joe, that's Asher R.E. or forget his name, the director of Hereditary and all of his films,
Some
Midsummer.
weird cult
He
shit.
always puts a bunch of fucking naked people in the shit, and there's no naked people in this shit. Go ahead, finish.
6.
6 or a 7.
I'm gonna go with the 6.
You have to. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
6 out of 10. Okay.
It had potential, but it just
It
didn't
did have
execute, and it didn't stick the landing for me.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, I'm just like, what?
Okay.
No.
So I was I think I'm at an 8, and I was thinking about dropping it to a 7 for the ending as well. But so many times there's films that play with these things, right? They play with these toys, and they mix the toys in the toy box, and then at the end it's always this. They always end up with this toy, and you never really get to see them end up with that other toy. And in this one, they end up with the other toy. And I'm trying to figure out if, and I just wish that everything else and the ending was more satisfying when you finally
Yes.
get to end with the other toy. I need it to be more satisfying so that maybe that can inspire other films to end with that toy.
I need a closure.
So we'll talk about what
closure.
exactly that toy is. So I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10 as well. So even though, see, we kind of on the, I liked it more. Our scores are around the same.
Yeah.
So that should tell you that it's something worth seeing, slightly above average if you want to see something this weekend. I don't know about Maxine. I never saw Maxine, so I don't know how it compares to this. But there's really not much out.
I like the
That
other
was the other
ones. I
movie.
think that's like the triple movies because it's Pearl.
Right, the Triple X, yeah. It
the
is
X,
one of those,
and then-
yeah.
yeah.
But I've heard
She's
that.
a good actress. I like her.
Okay, well, maybe a
Maxine.
person like Joe would like Maxine more, but we'd have to see it before we make that determination. But yeah, okay, so that's going to be it for us. We'll jump into spoilers. If you've seen it already or you're not going to see it and you just want to know what the hell toys you're talking about, what did Nicolas Cage do in it, and what is this ending that you're saying? Okay, so we'll see you on the next Angry Joe show and in the spoiler section. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section. Who wants to spoil it?
It's a fucking cult.
God damn it.
Okay. So, oh man, we should have put this in the review. Okay, let me put this in there right from right now.
No spoiler.
No, I've already done it. So, one of the problems with the films is predictable. I can see what's coming before it happens. So I know that when she goes to her mother's house that he's in the basement already. I know that because when we go to the cop's house and he has a daughter and the family's all happy and her birthday's coming up, you want to come to my birthday? I know what's going to end up happening that birthday, because the whole film, these other families are dying on the birthday of the girl. And so I know that they're somehow going to get that one in as well. And then I know because this girl has intuition and it's like psychic and it's weird that she's also tied into it and her mother's acting super weird and creepy, that there's some kind of connection. I just assumed that Longlegs would have been her father or something like that. Yeah. And then her real mother died or whatever, and this was a replacement mother. But no, it turns out that this FBI agent character is investigating these murders, and it turns out she is directly linked to the murders. One of the first times the serial killer comes to her, he's going to kill the family as he normally does, but her mother begs for, as if none of the other people begged for their life, but he's convinced to let her live.
Made a deal with the devil.
At that point, he needed help, probably. So he was just starting these murders. He's like, I need to find a way to continue the murders. And he recruits her mother to be this nurse and dress up like a nurse and a nun in the church. And, hey, you've won. So they always pick religious people. Yeah. And he's a doll maker.
I fucking hate dolls. God
and here's the thing. I do. The dolls are creepy, so it's good that you're incorporating that. But he makes a doll, and then in the likeness of the daughter, and then he has her bring the doll in. Well, this is where the boys are like, I'm out.
No, because
because the doll itself is supernatural.
Yeah, because I was expecting something cool. It's like every murder they go to is like it's from the inside. Something's going on. It's a mystery.
Yeah.
I gotta play detective.
Why is your dad killing everyone?
Yeah, it's like what's going on?
And then they
but
find
then
the ball.
Hear it.
Yeah, you find the ball. That's dumb. Yeah, and they're like doing this ultrasound, and you're like, okay, there's some like real life explanation as far as like some sort of like mind hypnotism.
Think there's some kind of real life explanation, whether he has an accomplice who comes in through the back door and kills people or something. But it turns out that that's what the toys I was talking about, is that when a lot of horrors are like, hey, there's a real explanation for everything, or hey, it's supernatural. Yeah. And so often the horrors are like, nah, there's an explanation, and here it is. This one's like, nah, this shit is supernatural. It's voodoo shit.
But it's not even cool supernatural,
But
though.
I wish it was cooler, and it had a little bit better
even the detective
explanation and mythology
some
to
weird black dust.
So it turns out in the dolls' heads there is a metallic ball, and this metallic ball can get into your head and speak to you because it's infused with satanic power from Nicolas Cage. How Nicolas Cage has satanic power, we don't know.
Yeah. He was reading the books because the economy, he has a whole bunch of books.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got a books and writing, his own language, his own coded language. So I guess that part doesn't matter. And that part doesn't matter. You fill the parts in with your own lore and head, and that's good. And that's why I like it, but I just wish it was slightly better and more effective. So it turns out that the mother was helping him so that her daughter won't be killed. Her daughter grows up, wants to be in law enforcement. They laugh about it because
he was the only one that laughed.
He was the only one that laughed. Your mother didn't find it funny. And she ends up on the case and catching it. And so there's basically, by the end, her mother needs to be brought in for questioning because she's clearly linked to some of this stuff. And we get this brutal scene. She shows up to go inside to get her mother. An agent stays behind, a completely separate agent. And her mother comes up behind her. Boom, shotgun blast to the face, but nice blood effect on the water. Comes around the other side, shoots the other. She's already dead.
You got a headshot.
Double tap, man.
Maybe.
Double tap with the shotgun.
Then I was scared after this because they're like, oh, you're going to be late for the party. Everyone's out there for your party.
Jump ahead. Who told her that? the real creepy thing is the phone ringing. She wakes up because she's all passed out. The camera does some creative stuff to disorient you, and it's like a satanic voice on the phone. It says,
And
"You're
she's
late
in
for
a
the party."
doll's maker house.
So this when you thought.
Yeah,
There was
this is
gonna be
what
a
I
bunch of
thought.
naked
Because
This
that's,
is gonna be
that's
And
the
those
MO
scenes
for
apparently
cults.
traumatized Joe. That's why Ari Aster, or whatever the guy's name is, put them in
every
Hereditary
scene.
and Midsummer because Joe gets
scar
traumatized
you.
by them
And-
old
and
men
scarred.
dick and
And
old
witch.
balls and hanging saggy titties from the old ladies.
Every scene ends like that. It's like, Jesus Christ, what is this guy's fetish?
Hereditary,
That's
man.
the real thriller moment for you is when
Ari
the
Aster.
old
I was like,
naked
oh,
people are going
no.
to
Ari
show up.
Aster.
When are they going to come out? When
But
are all
traumatized.
no, that was not. And instead, it is the vehicle that he drives around in. And she realizes, fuck, she's got to use, because she doesn't want to drive the car with the dead agent
Which was
in
like
it, I
super
guess.
clean, the interior of the car that hasn't been driven for like.
Well, yeah, he
20
drives
years.
around the car, I think, to do his murders
Oh,
when he
right,
or,
right.
or he to get stuff,
So
to
it's-
find targets.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because
to
he went to
find
the store,
targets.
remember? He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
At one
he's like,
point-
cuckoo. He's like, the creepy guy's back.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
that
made-
might be his future target, but luckily all this ends before he can get to
Yeah.
that lady, because he's like, the creepy guy's back, go kick his ass or whatever. But okay, so she gets in the car, she drives over, and it turns out she drives to the sergeant's house, and he's like, you could tell he's possessed. And he's like, come on in. You're just in time. My daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
And then her mom is sitting there with the doll that just looks like, and I was like, oh, man. And she's like, no, that's the suspect. That's his accomplice. My mom was his accomplice the whole time for all these 9 murders. And he's like, shut up! Shut up! He's already possessed. So
And
the
like
ball
you saw
makes
this coming the whole movie too.
Yeah.
Right when
and I was hoping
come
that there
to my
would be
party.
I don't know. Well, I wasn't hoping. I was like, the only way they can explain this is maybe the ball gives off some kind of pheromone that drives you nuts.
Yeah, that makes you like.
But I wouldn't have
rage.
bought it. And so ultimately,
Like some Bane pout, like mist. Like,
yeah. And so ultimately, before this, or actually, when the first time her mom reveals herself to be a part of it, shooting the agent, she tries to chase her mom down with a gun. And her mom's in the backyard with the doll of her daughter, as she grew up. And she says, so it's done. He killed it. Yeah, and yes, it's done. And it's like, well, now you're also free. She's like, he's free. He's going to be in all of us. Because she's saying crazy shit. But she also says, you are now free, my daughter. And she shoots the fucking doll's head. And the doll's head explodes. And then it actually affects the thing. So we're like, oh,
Yeah,
this
you see
is
the
that's
legit-
what
you
the
see the
black.
mist.
That's
Oh,
where the
you
black
see the
mist-
black mist.
Yeah, the black
It's
mist. comes out.
supernatural shit is there for real, and it's not like pheromones to explain. It's like satanic dark power that speaks to you. And that's why when you said the ultrasound, when the guy was ultrasounding, he's like, I was saying my ex-wife's name over and over.
Yeah.
Nah, just kidding. But I guess it probably wasn't.
Which
It
is
was like,
like
go
a-
kill her or something. But it just didn't affect him in the same way. Maybe you have to have the doll a part of your family to get the actual effect of Satan showing up. Because I think Satan does make an appearance in the movie, right?
Yeah, it's
From
like
time to
he's
time,
like the
yeah, in the
hooded,
background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's the hooded guy.
Yeah,
And he like,
and then like
his
and,
eyes.
and
behind
then
the
like
bed.
the outline of the horns.
See, that stuff
beasts.
was cool. And I think, and I'm like, okay, so if you're going to play with the supernatural toy, you have to lean more into it.
Yeah.
And I think
Not
it
just
was
at the
kind
end.
the meter was kind of stuck in between then, and it was going 1 or 2 ticks this way, and it wasn't enough.
I hated the way they killed Nick Cage. It was just like he's fucking.
So he's fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
He's spouting nonsense.
Yeah.
He has all this makeup and prosthetics. His face is all fucked up.
I didn't
looking.
even recognize him at
Plastic
first.
surgery gone wrong is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Botched.
But he puts in a great performance.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, at one point, he's singing. There's a car scene where he's singing, ah, baby! He's like fucking going crazy
Yeah.
with singing the song. And it's very a Nick Cageism. We'll just call
Yeah.
it a Cageism.
It was great. He put in a great performance, but I
sure
just
did.
hate how they put it like. And then, like, I don't know if you can actually like kill yourself by just slamming.
Can you? I don't know.
With the powers of the devil?
Oh, yeah. with the
That's
power.
what you're questioning.
Oh, that's right.
The
The powers of the
whole
devil.
thing, but that's what you're questioning.
Putting bad juju in metal balls, he doesn't
yeah,
question.
no, it's fine.
Can you actually kill yourself?
But
I think
this
you
is-
can. If you're on drugs and you have
a demonic
purpose
orb.
and you have demonic orbs.
You won't stay
Oh
conscious.
shit! You know what? That's a phantasm, Joe.
Oh god.
One of my favorites, Phantasms. He knows it because I made a fan film when I was younger. Phantasm. You can check it
shit.
out. Maybe I'll put the link down below to my
Drop the
Phantasm.
link.
Yes.
Drop the link to my old YouTube channel. I thought nobody
Oh,
would have ever
man.
seen it.
Do
Maybe I should, maybe I
it,
shouldn't.
Do it.
Anyways.
do
But yeah,
it.
I honestly wanted it to be more like realistic instead of the supernatural, because
Sure.
just seeing more of Nicolas Cage going crazy, maybe like
More of a
some
serial
scenes,
killer type
like of
thing.
him I guess worshiping Satan,
Yeah.
and then going on kills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't show the kills till afterwards, the aftermath, and they're trying to solve the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed, like, there's not really a mystery here. Well, there is, but it's like a cheap cop out. It's like, oh, it's supernatural.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Patrick? What did you want Nicolas Cage to do, or how would you want it to go down?
See, like, I don't know how I would have wanted it to end, but just not fucking magic. It should have been more like there was an accomplice, and
The accomplice was doing it.
yeah, the accomplice was doing it, and like there was, some sort of, I don't know, like,
Joe, what if we took or both of you, because I know a lot of people are going to come out of this theater, that was stupid. What if we took out all supernatural elements and it was literally the mother, after she brings in the doll and the couple's distracted by the doll, she starts killing everybody, and they think that the husbands are the ones doing it, but it's not really the
That'd be
husbands
hard to
doing it.
explain because there's no forced entry, no nothing. And
Well,
Yeah.
no, no,
And
no
it's in,
forced
like-
entry is the nun gets in. She
Right.
just
Yeah.
goes psycho on them with real life just stabbings and kills, and then
Yeah.
blames it and puts the knife in the husband's hands and stuff.
And
would
stages
would
it.
it have been better for you? I actually think that kind of makes it worse.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
see, yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
Is like,
Kind of we're
I don't-
stuck.
Yeah,
We're like stuck.
I think the the main point should have just been Nicolas Cage. Kind of like, I guess, what was it, Summer of Sam? The guy's like killing people. He's like, oh, the voices made me do it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Just to have him be the serial killer and the detectives
Okay.
trying to follow the leads and the
and he's still
mystery.
alive by the end, and then maybe at the very
Yes.
end you can
Yeah.
kill him off. Don't kill him off too early, and then
Yeah.
figure out what's going on.
Yeah, stuff like
afterwards.
that. Because at the end, he's like, "Oh, now I'm free. I'm gonna be everywhere." I was like, "What do you mean?
What does that
It's like,
mean? Yeah.
What does that mean?
Right.
What are you talking
Ultimately,
about?
that means nothing. It doesn't go anywhere.
Because like
At the end of the film, it's not as if. So the daughter survives because she's been freed, and she shoots her sergeant, who comes at her with a knife after. By the way, after letting him kill the
yes,
wife.
I was like, you know
Why
what the fuck
didn't
is going
you
on?
know
the
he's
doll.
gonna go kill
Yes,
his
he's
wife?
like, she's not coming
and
back.
she doesn't do anything
He's
about
like,
it.
You're not coming back.
yeah,
That's fucked up. She
Yes.
should have gone in there and shot
Grab the
him.
doll, slam it down, break it.
yeah. Break the shoot
'Cause
the
she
middle
couldn't shoot it
thing.
'cause it was
Shoot the
possessed.
fucking ball.
She couldn't. Because I guess because it was possessed. Because she got 3 shots off, and she was like
Possessed again.
shooting,
Oh, and
it wouldn't
wouldn't
go
do
off.
it. That's because it's real.
'Cause it's
It's
possessed.
an
gun.
power.
Just-
It likes.
It's a Hanukkah.
Satan was probably
Put it in
hanging
the
out there.
microwave.
Maybe if we rewatch it, he's in the corner or something watching it.
Loading
He'll let
blanks.
her shoot. Her mom. He'll let her shoot the sergeant. I ain't
But
gonna.
everything
Don't
else is
fuck
just
with my
like-
doll. That's my
break
doll
the
now.
doll, get the orb, put
That's
it in the
his-
microwave.
that's his
Bam.
little wafu.
Microwave, save the day.
No, the
Satan's
doll. The
wafu.
orb will go get in your head. Zzz. And blood will come out. Yeah. So ultimately, I liked it, and it might
Not a
be one of
satisfying
those
ending.
films
It
that
was a good story.
I like even more on a second watch, or maybe I might like it less on a second watch. I don't know. When I watched Hereditary, I didn't like it too much, and then you watch it by yourself or with your girl a second time, and it's just the right. It hit so well the second time. So
But
I don't know.
I don't sense the danger afterwards. He's like, oh, now I'm gonna be everywhere. It's like,
I don't sense that either. No,
Yeah.
you hit it nail on the head. So by the end, it just smashes to black. There's no after credits. So she kills everybody, and you assume that the police are, they're gonna, I don't know, arrest her, believe her. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
it
since
is-
he's dead and her mother's dead, then this is over. And I don't believe that he's out there. It's not like other people were reading his teachings. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
so I guess it was now that he kills 9 girls, right? Or Well, no.
It was just
The
very
girl didn't die.
anticlimactic.
Yeah. It would have been cool to have, on my fighter shirt of all the horror characters, let's put Nicolas Cage here. He's still out there. He's still killing. Some kind of ending like that where, you can have, do some lore. But they wanted to. I also respect them telling a complete story. That's how it happens. Motherfucker is not some clever super genius to outwit cops. He's just him.
He's just a tool of Satan.
Tool of Satan. Hail Satan was said multiple times. That's real old school.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
And they were reading
Satan's
Dante's
like, God
Inferno.
damn it, it's Satan. That's Satan. Fuck.
I liked how they
Satan
were
is my
like,
brother, man. Yeah.
But I did like the real, because like you said, there was real investigation aspects.
Yeah.
And I like the whole having Dante's Inferno in there and all
Nine gates.
and having the different.
She was
codings.
doing some investigating. He visited
What
her
is
at
this?
her house, which is creepy. He's hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
She runs out. He goes into their house, leaves her
Little
a
card.
message,
Yeah.
and she's got to figure out the card.
See, do more of that.
Yeah.
That would have been good. More
Yeah.
of that instead it was like, oh, he's there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
this
really
is-
enjoyed that
it's like,
scene.
oh,
That,
I found it.
It was creepy. I was fucking.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean to focus down on Joe because I think ultimately we did enjoy it, but we were hoping
Yeah.
for some better bits here and there. Let us know what you guys think if you ultimately see it. There's one bit we forgot to talk about, which is this one lady who escaped. No, she didn't escape. There was one family that got killed, except for the daughter went to school that day. And
Yeah.
so she's all crazy. And they go and visit her. And apparently he had previously visited her.
She's already possessed.
And she's just talking crazy, and she also kind of alludes to the fact that, our agent is one of them. You know what I mean? Has links to this. And if you didn't figure it out by then, that will definitely, clue you in. And then it turns out later on she jumps from the roof. You don't see this part, but so all of the people that
had they cut the orb, she would have been fine.
all of the people he intended to kill were killed by the end, right?
Yes,
except
for
for
the
the
last
last
one.
family.
The last daughter.
family.
The last family, the sergeant dies and the wife dies.
Yeah.
He kills her in the kitchen because our agent let him. Just stupid. But she does save the daughter. But she can't destroy the... So the daughter's not dead. The daughter will go crazy like the previous girl went crazy, and she ultimately will jump off a roof.
Gotta
probably.
smash an orb. Smash the orb. Let
Yeah.
the evil Nick Cage dust out.
Yeah.
He's
Let the
everywhere.
Orb
But
dust.
he's not everywhere. He's done. He can't
That's
make
the
any
one
more.
line. I agree. We want Nick Cage to live on and be evil more.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Is he in hell making more dolls?
Yeah, I
and
guess
sending
so.
them
Yeah,
to
like he's
places?
an immortal monster. Like,
You want like an after credit scene where it's big manufacturer pumping out dolls.
or he
Pumping out
he
orbs.
pops back up and he's alive.
That's how he
still.
does it.
I thought that would have been cool if you want to lean into supernatural, he's at the party with everybody.
Revive him and shit. Fucking bring him back.
Oh,
And he's all fucked up looking or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he's Satan that's sitting in the
Oh.
corner or something like
see,
that.
I'm already traumatized.
That's cool.
I thought you were talking about the nude party.
The naked heroes back as the old
So
naked
now we
people.
got
This is that kind of
old
movie.
naked Nick Cage.
It's a fucking cult.
Yeah. All
I
right.
know about your diaper porn folder, okay?
We all know
It's
about
Alex.
your diaper
It's
porn.
Alex.
Alex's jokes.
Oh god.
All right. Well,
Exposed.
thank y'all guys so much for watching. And that is Longlegs. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think. Ultimately, I think I did enjoy it, but
I
I
had a
wanted
good
it
time.
wanted it to hit a little harder.
Same.
Anyways, that's it. Thank y'all, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.